All right, finals time. Yeah, we're going to play first still. Yeah, that's probably a key. We keep drawing this stupid basic mountain. But, sure. Alright. So let's see how this is going to work, because we know that Devour Flesh is going to take out whatever he plays first, and then Death's Approach will follow up, hopefully something sweet. And then we need to hit some lands. It's not a land, but we do need to hit some of those as we're pretty stacked up at 4. Alright, no 2-drop from this guy. That's great. We could use the time here for sure. Make our stuff a little better, and we brick. Yeah, this deck does not want to cooperate mana-wise, even though our mana is actually quite good. All right, transport. Do we have any 3s here? No, so we can just wait. Although, if we draw a white source, I'm going to be bummed I did that, so let's just get it out of the way here. Sure, we might be able to get madcap skills out of him, but we can Death's Approach something if he madcap skills, probably anyway. Yeah, see, there we go, right on time. Just like the doctor ordered. Also, man, if we hit another land, Balustrade Spy is going to make potentially Death's Approach that much better, especially against Gruul. What do you got? What has you? Well, it's not Homing Lightning. Oh, Crown Ceratok? Jeez. Do I have any? No, I don't. Sorry, dude. Okay, so Death's Approach, go. Yeah, I think that, well, attack, Death's Approach, go. Yeah, that makes sense. Because that way, when we play Balustrade Spy, we have a chance of just finishing that thing off. Oh, is it because I have mana? Is that why that does that? That's weird. Anyway, so that's going to shrink it down to a 3/2, so we're going to take a little bit less damage. And then next turn we're just going to slam Spy and hope to hit a creature or two to finish off the Ceratok. But we're going to be facing down a lot of beef here, and we didn't draw a removal, so we could be in a rough spot here for sure. We did manage to draw a couple lands in a row, which is great, though. All right, that is definitely an acceptable 4 from him. Especially because we are following up with this, which blocks it quite nicely. Yes, okay. All right, get there. Creatures, go. 1, 2, yeah. Oh, and he's playing Furious Resistance as well. That's kind of interesting. And by interesting, I mean awful. Go ahead. Yeah, it depends on what he does here for follow-up plays, but we're going to keep casting creatures. You going to skills that guy up? Yes, you are. And unfortunately, yeah, I think I'm just going to take the 2 for 2 here. We can get blown out, but we have follow-up plays for days. And I can't just sit here and take 5/5/5. Like, this Killing Glare isn't going to do it. Oh, man, he's got the Swine, too. Or more? What are you doing? Oh, he's got Homing Lightning. Yeah, but see, we already blocked. So that was actually great for us. Yeah. Yeah, he needed to do that first if he wanted to keep the pressure on. You can see he's like, dough. Yeah, buddy, that was not ideal for you. All right, so let's... I am going to start off... Yeah, I'm going to start off with Knight again. The argument for playing Griffin just doesn't really hold up, as the Knight's likely to be able to attack in for damage, and we're going to be able to extort if we just play the Griffin, so, you know, that equals the damage that the Griffin would have gotten anyway, but we also gain a life. Oh, that's nice. But Griffin's coming in now. your move. Zertos Swine. All right, so we need... Oh, he's got another Madcap skills, really? No, Pit Fight. Okay. If we draw a land, then we've got Killing Glare to just take it out. Or we've just got that. And I think we just do it. Because I want to keep attacking him. And we're going to need to kill that thing anyway. I could get greedy. You know, earlier we were kind of taking our time with our removal because we were in a tough spot. But we're not in as tough of a spot here. And he's top decking. So there's really... that is not the time to be like, well, I'm just going to wait and see if we get something else with it. Like, just get it out of the way and start killing him. Hopefully he draws something small so our Killing Glares are live. A Domri Raid. All right. Doesn't do much here. He could draw a creature, though. He could also just brick. Huh? Yeah, he bricked. All right. Could make things awkward, but I think we're going to be okay here. Not a great draw, but we do have to attack Domri. And I am going to follow up with Millennial Gargoyle. Now, this does make things a little interesting because if he draws like a nice beefy creature, he can play it and then he can make our creatures fight. Now that would kill Domri, so that's good, and he'll probably be tempted to not do that. Well, and he didn't draw it anyway, but perfect. So we get to kill Domri Raid this turn and kill his Warmind Infantry and also get a little extort going. So yeah, we're in a sweet spot here. But Domri is an issue, so we do need to make sure that we dedicate some resources to Domri here, as he can just outdraw us basically. Do some of this. Oh, why did I do it for 3? Is there any reason to undo it? I guess he could have Burst of Strength. I have nothing else to do with my mana. Yeah, let's do it for 3. I mean, I'm going to use this mana for the extort, but... That's funny. It was kind of an accident, but then I'm like, well, actually that makes sense, because... Yeah, there's one card he can have. Alright, Domri down, and we get a good look at his deck here as well. So he's got Transport, Resistance, Shanktail. So he has Homing Lightning, Shanktail, Zertos Swine, skills, another Zertos Swine, Scorchwalker, Active Treason. Yes. I guess that meets the requirements of not being a jerk. All right. So Slaughterhorn's kind of interesting because it doesn't actually do anything here. It doesn't block, and it... Yeah, so it's just actually, we're pretty happy that he has it. That's a creature that he drew. Also, Slaughterhorn, by the way. So we'll note that. What is this? Converted mana cost. We don't have any of those. Oh, awesome. That guy's from... He's from South Africa. That's pretty cool. I've been there. All right, we have no play. We attacked, right? Yeah, I'm getting a lot of distractions today for some reason. His deck looks good, though. We are going to bring in the Smite, even though it's a little iffy. We just kind of need it. So he has no attacks here. So I think we just Killing Glare. This guy. Because this is going to put him to dead if he has nothing else. Yeah. All right, that's sweet. People keep conceding. So the guy in the last one conceded fairly early, although he was in a very bad spot. But this guy, like, I was probably going to have to play that Orzhov Charm that turn. And him knowing that I have that, you know, that changes things a lot. Like, that's definitely information that he would want to have. Okay, Smite comes in. I think I'm just going to bring Gift out in this case. We really want these instant speed tricks. Am I good at SHM draft? Probably mediocre. All right. And we're in a familiar position, but we've got some cheaper spells, so this is a pretty easy keep, actually. Again, we're going to be able to get him with Devour Flesh and or Gutter Skulk to help keep the board relatively locked down. And we've got all of our colors. We need more mana, you know, in amount, but we've got a bunch of 2-drops that we can play. Sweet. And no, I'm just going to play Gutter Skulk here, I think. Because even if he plays something, I can untap and get it, and I'll regret it if he doesn't play anything. So Warmind Infantry, no, Armored Transport. So I can't trade for that, so that is going to get Devour Fleshed here. And I think I can wait a turn, though. Yeah, let's wait a turn. Let's run Kingpin's Pet out there, say go, and this might just prompt him to run Madcap Skills out on this thing. And if he does that, we'll take one hit, and then we're going to get him. All right, he's got a Shank Tail. So we will not be getting him. Ooh. That is a bit of spice for later. Okay, so we've got one attack here, but yeah, I think I want to wait. I don't think I'm going to wait on the Devour Flesh. I'm going to cast it for sure, but I'm just going to do it on his turn. Okay, so he has yet to bite. So kill that. So he's probably just going to sack this guy. Taking 3. Probably just going to run out the pet next turn. I hope we just draw some mana, though. That would be sweet. This guy's a kind of a handful. Big Zertos Swine. All right. Mana, please. Tons of it. As much as you got. Ugh. That's a good draw, too, in some ways. Alright, so we are now in Operation Stay Alive as long as humanly possible here. We've got some of our best cards, and we don't have the mana to cast it. We've been fighting this for the duration of this draft, and we need to figure out a way to be alive. That's probably going to involve Executioner swinging the Zertos Swine, but it might involve double blocking the Zertos Swine. So I think for starters, I'm just going to ship the turn back. I don't think I'm going to play the second Kingpin's Pet. We are going to be playing this card at some point here. That is a solid play, sir. think I'm taking 8 here. Taking 8, killing this, and then playing Kingpin's Pet and double blocking this. Yeah, this is gonna be a close one for sure. If I can draw a couple of lands in a row, I like our chances. If I can't, then I don't. Alright, so kill you. Okay, that's a start. That is a very reasonable start. What do I play, though? Which one do I care about the least is really the question. The Assault Griffin or the Kingpin's Pet? I'm going to play them, and I'm going to double block. Because if he has a trick, then he'll kind of get us, but it'll use up his entire turn, and it gives me another chance to edict him and get a card out of his hand. I think I'm going to play Assault Griffin here. And I'm going to throw both of them in front of this Viashino Shanktail and pray. Even if he 2-for-1s me here, we've got him down to 2 cards left in his hand, so it's starting to be a position where I can actually start to think about winning the game. And like I said, I'm snap blocking here. Yeah, he knows it too. Great land, Killing Glare. That's a good draw. That's a really good draw, actually. All right, back to this plan, I suppose. Actually, maybe even better would be just to play the Kingpin's Pet here. Those can both double block as well. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Because he didn't want to make this play before. And nothing really changed here. I mean, this is a slightly better creature, but I'm still making the same play. Great. That is very good news. Yeah, we keep drawing pretty well here, especially this one, because this is toughness, and it's only a 1 toughness guy, so we're actually starting to become in fairly good shape here, not because we drew lands, but because we drew appropriately good creatures here, so... Okay, think I'm going to go for Killing Glare right now before he has a chance to do any shenanigans. The problem is I can't bait out, like if I don't block, then he can just be like, sure, take 3. And then if I go for Orzhov Charm, he can blow me out with like, Zertos Swine, take 5 instead or something like that. Or this wouldn't have actually blown me out, but that's the kind of thing that I'm trying to avoid. Now, this card is basically irrelevant in this situation unless he puts Madcap Skills on it. But we're going to have protection from Madcap Skills. All right. Lands and everything. Yeah, so let's attack. We're in a really good position. He's only got 1 card left in hand, and we can just keep up Orzhov Charm. So I'm just going to say go, because either way, he's got to find a couple of cards to do enough to kill us, because we can just trade Gutter Skulk for Scorchwalker here, no problem. If he finds Madcap Skills, then we just Orzhov Charm it in response. And that's it. All right, we got there. Yeah, that deck was sweet. And like I said, I don't think I've had a deck that was quite that controlling. We got so much really premium removal in that deck, and it tended to work well with itself too. Okay, if you guys want to send me an email, you know where to do it. limitedresourcespodcast@gmail.com. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm on there. You can come say hi. It's Marshall_LR, same as I have on here on Magic Online. And if you want to join the clan here on Magic Online, 2 conditions. You are not a jerk, and you love Magic. If you meet these conditions, just send me a message and say I'd like to join the clan, and I will get you an invite. We saw a bunch of people join today. It's that easy. We got 2,500, 2,600 something people in the clan. We're hoping that at some point they make the clan functionality even better on Magic Online, but for right now, it's basically the chat room, plus we do clan drafts. You can find all of this stuff, including the coverage stuff I do, the podcast, the articles, everything over at lrcast.com. Thanks, guys, for watching. We'll see you next week.